What if I told you that there was a deadlift routine that takes about 1 minute, probably more like along the lines of 30 seconds actually, that could make every deadlift feel lighter? What if I told you that this same habit could make your deadlift instantly stronger, potentially up to 50% stronger? I'll get to more on that in a minute. And on top of that, what if I told you that this deadlift routine, this deadlift habit starts before you even touch the bar? The routine is simple. It has 2 steps, and it simply has to do with making sure that you have an efficient, that you have an effective grip when you're deadlifting. So thing number 1, and for a lot of people, this will solve a problem that they don't even know that they have. If you have a deadlift where your back is starting to round when the bar is coming off the floor, you just can't quite get the bar locked out at the top. You're finishing with soft knees or hips that won't open up quite all the way. A lot of times you are dealing with a grip issue because your body will not successfully pull that which it can't successfully hang on to. So you might not even know that you're having this problem and it's actually related to your grip. So how do you solve it? Step number 1, make sure that you use chalk. If you're going through the effort, the struggle, the torture of deadlifting, then make sure that you're using chalk to support your effort. So make sure that you get some chalk on your hands before you walk over to the bar. So again, it starts before you even touch the bar. And then thing number 2 is when the weight gets heavy enough, and this is going to happen sooner than you think, you can no longer use a double overhand grip. In other words, just a kind of a regular grip where your hands go over the bar like this. You're going to need to use either a hook grip where your fingers hook your thumb into place, they kind of trap your thumb into place, or you're going to need to use a mixed grip where one hand is pronated and one hand is supinated, or you're going to need to use straps, but you're going to need to use one of those 2 things. So how big of a difference can this make in your deadlift, right? What's this 50% stuff that I was talking about before? Well, without using straps or a hook grip or a mixed grip, the most I can pull, in other words, with just a regular double overhand grip, is about 405 pounds, about plus or minus 10 pounds. Occasionally I can get a little bit more than that, but again, nobody cares about that, right? Nobody cares about what you actually deadlift without using an intelligent grip. But that's about where I'm at there. And without chalk, it's even less than that. But let's just say 405 pounds. With a hook grip, a mixed grip, or with straps, my best pull is a little bit over 600 pounds. That is not to brag. We're just using this numbers for a reference point. A lot of people deadlift less than 600 pounds, but man, a whole bunch of people deadlift way more than I do. So that is not a bragging point. That's simply to illustrate. You're talking about a jump from roughly 400 pounds to roughly 600 pounds. And so that's a 50% jump from 400 pounds. And I could not do that without having the appropriate grip. So this is how important it is. So A, make sure you use chalk. B, make sure you use a modified grip. As always, we hope this helps you get stronger and live better.